Am I audible now? I think I should be audible now. Am I audible now? I think I should be audible. Okay. Thanks, guys. Thanks for joining. How are you all doing? How is the weekend treating you? S- And how is the lockdown in your cities? No lockdown now, right? You can roam everywhere. So how was Holi for you guys? Good. Yes, Pramod, it's good. Yes and no lockdown. Yeah, Kamaljit is saying yes and no lockdown. So sometimes lockdown, sometimes no. But in India, people are not kind of in mood to follow any protocol, right? Python interview questions. Abdul is asking. See what I'm doing, Abdul. If you have not joined on my Instagram, you can join that. So I'll tell you one thing. If I give you, let's say, 100 questions in a PDF file, okay, or if I create, let's say, back to back 5 videos on Python interview questions, every video, let's say, 10, 15, 20 questions, right? That is one way of approaching it. Other way of approaching it is, why don't we learn 2 3 things every day? For example, 2 3 questions on stats or Python or deep learning or machine learning, right? And that is exactly how I'm approaching in Instagram. Okay, so every day I will put some 2 3 questions, and people are very much happy there. They are saying that this is the very good, um, we are learning, and it's easy to remember every day few things. So I will advise you to join that once, Instagram, Unfold Data Science in Instagram. And if you are okay, that will be definitely helpful, I'm sure. But even if after that, if you want me to create, there are, like, I don't know how many videos can be created on Python interview questions. Many videos can be created, and I can create that as well. Okay. Wasim is saying love from Pakistan. Thanks, Wasim. Upendra, how are you? I'm good. Upendra, how are you? Satvik, data science interview question. Data science interview question, same thing I'm saying. In my, if you have not joined my Instagram, join once. You will see that I'm sharing that daily. So that is a tried and tested way of learning. Learn something new daily. That will help you a lot. GAN, generative adversarial network, right? So this video also I plan to create, but the thing is, I prioritize the topics which many people ask. Okay, and what happens in data science and machine learning and any space, right? If you go up the pyramid, right, if you become more specific, then there will be less people who need that. For example, if I go on some complex CNN architecture, then there might be less of audience or less of subscriber who want to see that video. But if I create a PCA video, or if I create a LDA video, then many people would be needing that. So I kind of prioritize the videos which most people kind of need. Okay, but I will take this request, put that in my plan list. Okay, Abdul is saying he has joined the Insta for questions, but he's still looking for a kind of playlist where Python, you said, Abdul, right? Yeah, Python only. Python related interview questions. So there are, 10 videos can be created on that. I will start on that. Okay. Raj Shekhar Pramod is saying, Aman Bhai, are you going to cover product based data science interview questions? There will be slight difference between product based and service based companies interview process. You can think product based will be more of a, they will put little more focus on your coding skills, and little more focus on your situational and behavioral things. Okay. And your service based companies will put more focus on what is your experience, what is your past experience, what you have worked on, all these things. So yeah, the pattern of interview might be little different for product based companies. Usually you will see many rounds. Okay. First filtering round may be an assignment round, second round may be a coding round, third round may be one more coding round, then technical. So yeah, the pattern will be different. I can create a video on that to keep it short, Pramod. Yeah. Rajsekhar is saying, what is the feature? I think he's asking what is future of data science. So future of data science, all over new things are coming. Okay. Gone are the days when people used to ask how linear regression works and they used to take you in the interview. I mean, select you in the interview, right? So what you have to do is you have to focus on what new things are coming, how you can learn these things, and how you can from usability point of view. Don't think from um, just learning it point of view. Think from how you can deploy a model. Think from how you can make it industry ready. So these things, if you are able to learn, if you are able to make some impact, right, then future is good. Because many people are coming. One thing you need to understand is many people are coming in this field. Okay. And if you go right, everybody is selling their data science course. Everybody is kind of who were not selling their course also, who were not into this field also, those guys are also creating data science course. They will just take a trainer from somewhere. Many of my students I have seen, they have become trainers now, which is good in one way. But somewhere we need to really see that industry experience is really important. Okay. Somebody who has learned in data science and somebody who has done 10 projects in data science, you will see a lot of difference. Okay. So try to see that. And future is always, new things will keep coming. If you are into new things, if you learn new things, then nothing to be worried about. Okay. um Venkat is saying, will you cover multivariate time series with deep learning and LSTM, please? One thing I want to tell you, Venkat, here, I came across some very good articles on this particular topic recently, last week only. Okay. So one of the very famous person in YouTube, I don't want to take the name, but that person has created some amazing things, not on YouTube but on different platform. Okay. Probably I will ask him once and share the link. That is very very good material on this multivariate time series with LSTM and deep learning. I can create, but see, if some good material is there, I should feel happy in saying that, right? Because one person, there is a time limit, right? So somebody who is working full time, there is a, you will have time crunch. So not many things you will be able to do, right? Can you make one video? Yes, he's saying, on which statistical feature when to apply on machine learning. So this, I have videos on hypothesis testing and how to implement hypothesis testing, right? But I'm not sure if you are asking for something different. Yes, if yes, you can write it here. MATLAB coding, I think, Simon Tiwari, you can get it on internet. Are you not getting it? Silote method or Silot method, whatever you call it. I think you, if you do little search, you should be able to get that on web. Because I don't have this particular software in my machine, and MATLAB is something which I have not used apart from my college. In my college I used, then I did not use, I mean, for some experimentation. How can one increase coding and programming skill, including data structure? See, there is only one way, and that is consistently you have to practice. If you want to learn more of coding and more of data structure, and how to write some smart codes, how to write some optimized codes, right? Industry ready codes. You need to spend a lot of time actually. Abdul is saying, how can he apply for data science job in UK from India? See, UK, I'll tell you, UK and US are different. Okay, in terms of job market also, and in terms of, I will say, salary growth, you can say, or or what is the salary they give to their people also. So many of you who is thinking UK and US are same, right? So let me tell you, I'm in UK now. UK is little different than US. Okay, so here work style is different. Expectation from you is different. How people work from morning to evening is different, because whole life we have worked with mostly US people, US clients, and our people at different locations in US, right? So all in all, what I want to say here is, you can apply for jobs in UK, but don't expect a very high kind of salary. One thing I'll tell you, in India I created a video, right? Ride the salary wave. Salaries are so good in India now. All these many years of hard work that people have done, or many years of compromise people have done, I think people are able to get very good salaries. But one more thing I want to add here, Abdul, after the Brexit, right? Job opportunities are more in UK. Okay, so I get like every day many mails, many things in my LinkedIn and here and there, if I'm looking for a change after Brexit. Before Brexit, this was not the scene. Okay, one of my known person came to London few months back, 2 3 months back, and she got into a good company here. So jobs are there, work life balance will be here, but don't expect a very high end salary like US and all. Okay. End to end machine learning playlist. Machine learning playlist, uh, I don't think something is left in that. If you go to my playlist, right? I have started from basics, scratch, and then I have covered everything up to deployment. So I'm not sure if you are looking for anything in particular. Anil is saying, by seeing the weights of linear regression model, what we can interpret from the model, we can say, please provide your inputs. Linear regression model, very simple, right? For every unit increase in X, how much is your Y increasing, right? That is your interpretation. Is there something specific you are asking? Aleria is saying your explanation is good. Keep up the good work. Thanks a lot. 20 people, please press the like button. You guys are not pressing like, so that it will be shown to people and they can join. So only 7 likes. Please press the like. And videos, Aleria, if you like, because many people are saying your videos are good and your channel is underrated. So this comment I'm hearing since many months now. If you guys help me in sharing, then maybe more subscriber will be there or more reach will be there. Anyway, how to find global minimum among the local minimum where all the slopes are zero, and then differentiate those. Are you asking from Python tool point of view, or are you asking from plain mathematics point of view? I'm not sure, Sharan. Anil, I have answered your question. If there is anything more that you are looking for, you can ask me. Linear regression interpretation, people will ask you in interview, and you should know this. Logistic regression also you should know this, because these are the basic filter things people will ask you. Okay. What is the difference between regularization and optimization? I'm seeing in my mobile, for some reason I'm not able to see this thing, my laptop's comments. Regularization and optimization, two different things, right? Regularization will be come into the context of uh, you know how do you regularize your model, or how do you regularize your columns also. That also they call regularization sometime. But regularization is more of how you made your model, how you make your model do not go out of boundary. For example, uh, uh, you tune some hyperparameter and you do some kind of pruning, you do some kind of L1 L2 regularization, right? Those things you do. So that is your regularization. Means you are trying to see if your model is more interpretable, your coefficients are making more sense, all those things. Okay. And optimization is how do you make your model more efficient, or for example model's accuracy was 80%, how do you bring it to 85%? To keep it simple, regularization versus optimization means regularization is more about you are controlling your model to be more meaningful, okay, and optimization means you are working on the model so that your model becomes more powerful or more efficient. Okay, Venkat is saying svm algorithm I will create. Okay, no problem. And entry level job for data science, Chotu is saying, so what you have to do is you have to take an internship route, or you have to find for some, see, don't, one more advice is don't look only for data science roles, you can look for data analysis or something on sql or something on even visualization, because first thing is getting the first job, right? Once you get the first job, then it becomes easy for you. So don't be very specific that I will go into data science only, I will go into machine learning only. No, anything that has any flavor of data, try to get into some job. And another advice is all these big companies, right, will have lot of criterias, all these mncs, all these things. So easy way for you will be try to get into some small companies where there are not much criteria, try to get into some startup where there are not much entry criteria, right? So that way you can land a job. And try to use your contacts in linkedin, try to reach out to directly ceos of the small startups, or main people of the small startups, show your capabilities, show your work that you have done, request them for an opportunity, request them, if needed I can be like 3 months without any salary, right? So your first objective should be to get the experience and remove that level of pressure from your resume. Once you do that, then you can very easily you know look for specific role, specific organization, right? Is there any paid uh, is there any relationship between batch and epochs? Yes, relationship is there, right? So for example, direct relationship is not there. Batch is what? Batch is nothing but how much you are sending in one time, right? For example, I'm running with my neural network with 100 records, right? So batch is nothing but how many records I'm sending in one shot, right? And epoch is something like one round of your neural network goes like this, comes like this, that is one epoch, right? One round of optimization. So if you ask any mathematical relation between that, no such direct relation, but you should know the definition between that. Batch size is nothing but how much record you are sending in one shot, in one time. So I hope you remember, the concept of stochastic gradient descent, right? So sending the records in part, not everything together. Any good platform to practice and improve Python? See, I have come across a very good book, okay, ebook. And probably if you write me Abdul in email, I will send you that ebook, because that ebook is written by someone else, so I don't want to put that directly on the youtube. Maybe that person will have objection on that. So what that ebook has is some 100 200 very good python assignments, okay, and solution of that. So I liked that a lot. If you want, I can give it to you. Anybody wants, you mail me, but I cannot make it public on my youtube channel because that person may be having objective, or I can give you a link. Okay, so that is a very good practice. Small assignments, some medium level difficulty assignments, some difficult assignments, very good assignments. So I was doing some 5 6 of that is very good for learning point of view. And then there are many online platforms, right? You can go ahead and do that, but the thing is, what you will practice, right? You should have some assignment in hand to practice. Okay. Upendra is saying how we will check variance by trade-off by using. Is there any method for the same? That is a very good question, Upendra. There is no library, or there is no, uh, you know, uh, pre-written code or pre-defined module which will say that this is the sweet spot of your bias and variance. Okay. So what you need to do is you need to look from your intelligence if your model is, going high bias side or high variance side, and then you have to optimize it. Rajsekhar is saying, what is the best method to handle null values? So I had created missing value detailed video, missing value imputation, just 2 3 last week only. So maybe you can have a look. So I had created one theory video where I explained different missing values, what kind of missing values can be there in your data, missing at random, not missing at random, all those things, and how to treat those various methods I have explained. Just 2 3 videos back, if you go, you will be able to find. Okay. And UPSC, okay, interesting name. How to deal with problems such as I want to predict a winning game strategy in football match, or investing in particular stock will give me maximum profit. How to predict a winning game strategy in football match or investing? It depends on what is the use case you are trying to solve. Are you trying to solve a, for example, if you talk of stock, right? So are you trying to solve a time series use case? Are you trying to solve a, classification kind of use case, or are you trying to solve a, let's say, unsupervised or reinforcement kind of use case, right? Based on that, I can give you some input, but let me tell you, these are very very complex topics. Okay. And best brands of the world are sitting in London, Singapore, New York, Mumbai, Shanghai, Tokyo, and they are doing all these things. Okay. So um, it's a very very complex topic. Nobody can say that I can predict the price of a stock, or I can time the market. But still, from our skill set, we can try, and we can reach little close to, uh, you know we can have at least some idea whether it will go up or come down, right? Dia Diazo is saying, can you please suggest me any go-to books for learning the maths for the ground up for ML, something that's extensive to cover grounds? So what will help here is, how a machine learning algorithm works and what is the mathematics behind it. So there are two things, right? If I tell you, for example, learn linear algebra or learn calculus or learn probability, that is one way, and then come to machine learning, that is one way. Other way is linear regression, how linear regression works, and what is the maths behind linear regression. Okay. Other way is logistic regression, what are the maths for logistic regression, right? So there are two books I will suggest here. One is my favorite, Introduction to Statistical Learning. You will find the link in all my videos for that book. That's my favorite book. You can go there, and you can just either get a soft copy or get it from Amazon. That's a must read book for everyone, where you will have a mathematical explanation of all the machine learning algorithms. Very easy to understand, very simple language. And then there is a statistics book. Okay, that is also I have recommended there. If you go to the description, you will see that that is a very nice book. So both these will help you a lot, both these books. SQL data manipulation, Venkatesh is saying, SQL data manipulation. You want to learn SQL basically, right? So SQL, what you have to do is you have to go to internet, and very simple to install SQL thing is your MySQL. You can install it easily. I have a video on that also. Okay. And then what you need to do is you need to do some assignments. Assignment means, see, select star or select, all these things will not help. If you want to improve your SQL, then you need to do some assignment, simple assignment. Where from those assignments will come? So you need to go to Google and search for SQL assignment for beginners or SQL assignment for intermediate. Like that, you get that and do it. So slowly you will see that it will be very very useful for you, and you will improve in that. Okay. And Abdul is saying, I'm going to DM Instagram for that ebook. Sure, I will send you that ebook, and it will be very useful. I know that ebook. So people who have joined now, that ebook is nothing but some Python assignments or exercises that people can do. So what will happen is, if you try to learn Python, right, you go and open Python, then what you write, there is nothing to write. I mean, there is no assignment in hand. So if somebody gives you, let's say, 100 assignments to do, right, then you can do things, you can learn things, right? So that is what Abdul is saying. Saran is saying, plan maths point of view. Plan maths point of view is nothing but maths and stats together. And for that, you have to take the statistics book that I have recommended. You go to the video description, any video, you will see that book. Okay, statistics, I have recommended two books. Akshay is saying, can you suggest very unique project on time series analysis? Time series analysis, one problem is where from you will bring data. So uh, one important thing here is you cannot create data for doing some project which is close to the real world, right? In machine learning, the important and crucial thing is don't cook up your data. Okay, so if you cook up your data, right, I can cook up, let's say, 20 columns in Excel, and I can create a target variable, and I can try to fit a machine learning model. Sorry, but that will not help me, right? So before thinking into problem, right, think about where from I will get data which will be meaningful or which will be useful. Okay, some data which is kind of real. Once you get the data ideas, right, then you can filter this data I want to work, this data I don't want to work. So think like where you will get the good data, either on Kaggle or some data platform, or from some of your friends or some stock data, whatever. Harsha is saying, which deep learning framework we need to learn first, TensorFlow or PyTorch? Both are kind of useful only. You can start with TensorFlow first because um, TensorFlow is kind of more places you still used. Okay. What about, Subhajit is saying, what about statistical case studies? Please create a video. Statistical case studies. Case studies means nothing but taking some data and trying to see, run some hypothesis and see how it is working. Some kind of EDA, some kind of hypothesis testing, all those things. I think Subhajit is asking. So we can do that. We can create a video around that. If you go to my statistics playlist, you will find videos, but still we can create more. What according to you is good? Join training company or reading by self for entry level job in data science? Both ways are good. Just be careful. Don't give lot of money to someone. There are people waiting to empty your pockets in the market. And one more thing I want to tell you, there is nothing called job guarantee. So if somebody is promising you job guarantee, then one way to look at that is you have to speak to people who have done course from there before also. Okay, and see if got a job or what is their situation. I'm not criticizing anyone, maybe some people might be doing it, but before putting more money, try to see is it worth it. Okay, and there are a lot of materials on web. You can learn data science on your own. The only challenge is it's not in systematic order. Okay, so you don't know what is step 1, what is step 2, what is step 3. Still, if you go to very good playlist like Andrew Ng playlist and all, that is very very useful. um Diajo is asking, wanted to ask, what's your workflow for dealing with large data? I want to create 1.5 GB. I want to work with rapid since it of GPU acceleration. Do you use Docker image to use it on Windows? See, this size of data I have worked mostly on production scenarios. Okay, and this data size is not large. For example, 1.5 GB or 10 GB. We don't consider that as large data in real world production scenarios. Okay, so it is easily processed in Hadoop Spark kind of environment. So to answer your question, if you are trying to do on your Docker image to use it on Windows, see, Docker image will again overload your system, right? That's what I'm thinking. I don't know what configuration you are using on your Windows. One solution could be taking your taking some help from cloud, or taking some help from distributed. So in some way, you have to use a distributed machine if it is creating problem for your local machine. Parimal is saying, how to get more interview calls for 1 to 2 years experience. It depends on what keywords you are putting in your resume. See, people who call you for interview are basically from non-technical background. Okay, they may be more of a HR person, or they may be from recruitment team. So what they focus on more is your keywords. So try to see what is the keyword that will attract more recruiters, and also your projects, etc. Right? So your project should make sense. It should not be like Iris project or Titanic project. Abdul is saying he wants to learn deployment of model AWS and Google Cloud. Both are good. Google Cloud is also getting momentum. AWS is anyway there. Manish is saying, help me to get the job in data science. You can do it yourself, Manish. The only thing is you have to start attending interviews and you have to see where you are lagging. If you want, I can take one mock interview for you and tell you where you need to improve. If you want, fill the form that's there in the description. And, you know, that is how you improve, right? You have to understand which area you are not good and that area you have to work on it. It is not a one day thing. It's not like first interview you will go and you will crack that. It will take time. Somebody is asking, I want to predict a combination of what particular product in a grocery store will maximize the sales in store. I have a product sale data of Walmart. What particular products in a grocery store? Combination of products. Okay. So you have to do some analysis on basket analysis, right? What typically goes in a basket? So for example, let's say in the Walmart store, there are 100 sales in whole day. Okay. So you take data for those 100 sales and you see what is there in all these orders, all these baskets, right? And you see what are the common products going together. And then you put some offer on that so that those things will pick up more. For example, bread, milk, egg. This can be one combination. Bread, milk, egg, one combination, right? This may be part of many baskets. If this is the part of many baskets, then what I can do is I know these things go well together. So I can create a customized packing saying, one packet of bread and 2 liters of milk and 12 eggs. If you buy separately, it will cost you, let's say, 20 pounds. If club it together, it will cost you 17 pounds. So that people are more eager to buy, or you can sell it more. So this is one example. You can do some exploration, you can do some EDA, or you can do market basket analysis. You can do some association analysis, different flavor of association analysis. I have videos on this, you can watch that. So you can search for um, unfold data science market basket analysis. Okay, you will be able to see that how to analyze the transaction. This is transactions, nothing else. Transactions means baskets. Manish is saying city is nominal data. Go with nominal encoding, get dummies. Okay, somebody asked how can we handle city column with multiple cities, ordinal or nominal? Okay, Manish answered that. Venkat is saying, how did you start your data science journey? Did you learn on your own? Yes, I did not go to any institute or any place. Okay, I learned by my own, and I had a mentor who was from statistics background, so he helped me a lot. Okay. Ajay is saying there are few automated libraries like FLAML which run all algos and data and give accuracy. Is it good approach, or we need to run each algo from our end and then tune it? See, all the automated things which reduces human effort, right, will be using some predefined engines in the sense, for example, if I take employee data of an organization and I give it to these predefined uh, algos or predefined automated libraries, right? So there is something which is written in the algorithm. For example, run a correlation test between all these things. Some one example I'm giving: run a correlation test between all the continuous features, and then remove anything which is ever 0.85. Some rules or some instructions or some directions, based on that it is working. Okay, now imagine the same data you take, and then from your common sense point of view, you are able to deduce some meaning from your common sense. For example, um, let's say I'm comparing the employee data, IT employee salaries in Bangalore and Pune. Okay, Bangalore and Pune, and then there is one column which says Bangalore's population density or Pune's population density. This is also a continuous column, but from our common sense we know this is not a useful column which will contribute to probably salary of people in Bangalore and Pune. So what we can do is we can take this column out from the analysis. What this automated tool will do, this automated tool will run all those things that has been told to the tool, all the rules or all the instructions. So you can do this. What I will advise is, if your hardware is supporting and your data is, data and hardware is supporting, your data is limited, probably you are able to run. For getting an first cut idea, for getting an first level idea of how things are working, you can do it. But in the end, if you want to deploy the model to production, you want to have more confidence, more control, and more knowledge about what is happening, why something is happening. And then that way, that is a better way of making use of these automated tools or automated libraries. Okay. Honey is saying, can we have a generated tree of all the object available in any Python library in terms of package, module, classes that will have a bird eye view? Okay, so I'm not very sure if we can have, it will be a long tree, I'm thinking. For example, if I take sklearn, so how many things will be there? Many things will be there in sklearn, right? So even if you are able to create a tree kind of or some visualization kind of thing, then difficult to analyze, I'm thinking. But if I come across, I will let you know, or I will post in the community tab. Okay. So on the city names, cult interview is saying I have 62 cities in total. So that's a common problem. No need to worry. You have many features, many independent categories in your categorical column. That's a common problem. Multiple ways of approaching it. First way is see if you can club some of the low occurring numbers. For example, if some city is occurring for only one time, then probably, let me give you one example. So from India, if you take, let's say UP, or some area in UP, right? Let's say Mathura, and some, these are like one entry only for this. So these maybe you can combine inside Delhi. You call it Delhi only. Okay. And from, you can create four main cities like Delhi, Mumbai, Chennai, Kolkata, like this. And anything around that you can combine and make it your four buckets. Just one example I'm giving. Some low occurring numbers, you can club it in the high occurring numbers. If you are not able to do that, if you are not able to do that, then try to run some kind of cat boost and see if that is taking care of your categorical features. So I have a video on cat boost, you can watch that. If that is also not helping, then you have to see how you can take care of any kind of encoding. For example, whatever encoding you are doing for categorical feature, right? And is it a mandate for you to learn regression algorithm only? I don't know. But if it is, yeah, that's what I'm coming to. Frequency encoding, these kind of things. If it is, you want to use that, right? Regression based algorithm, and you do not want to lose the meaning of the features, right? Frequency encoding is another thing. So many approaches you can take, but I think if you are not able to reduce your feature or do some frequency encoding, then probably you have to go for some cat boost kind of model that does many things internally, which will help you. uh, in what classical approach is better than ReLU? I have heard that ReLU is better to use, but what are the nuances of selecting activation functions? This is a very, very complex topic. And just we cannot say which machine learning algorithm is good. So it's a common question, right? Which machine learning algorithm is best? We don't know which activation function is best in what kind of scenarios. Not best. We have some ideas, like the example you gave here. ReLU works in some of the use cases. 10H works in some of the. Also, the architecture you are using, right? It depends on what architecture are you using a simple ANN based architecture, or you are going for some little more layers, some complexities, right? So it's more of a, in real world, if you see, right, it's more of a try and test kind of method, trial and error kind of method. Somebody saying he doesn't feel confident with coding. Any suggestion how to get over this? Practice, practice, practice. How to predict a winning strategy in game using machine learning? See, I have not, this question come from another person also. I have not seen the data yet. Okay. If you give me some idea of how the data is, I can give you a more specific answer. I think people are asking because IPL is there. Is that the reason IPL has started? I think. Ajay is saying try to learn Azure ML. It is no coding approach. Yes, that's a solution. So what somebody told he or she is not confident with coding. So what Ajay is saying is Azure ML, if you go, it's more of a drag and drop. Okay. So how Azure ML works is you drag linear regression. Okay. So there is a box, you drag it and you say, this is my target column, this is my independent column. You want to do a let's say normalization, feature normalization. You drag that and you say which feature you want to normalize. So no need to write codes. So that is one way. But one limitation is Azure ML may not be used at all the places. So some companies might not be using Azure ML. And also if somebody wants to practice, then some limited number of free days trial are available. So some limitations are there, but that's an alternate if somebody does not want to code. सब सट्टा खेलने के फिराक में है, सब आईपीएल के चक्कर में। मैं तो एक भी मैच नहीं देखता, आई डोंट वॉच एनी सिंगल मैच। I think last 5, 6, 7, 8 IPLs have, I don't know how many IPLs have happened. Such a waste of time here. And everybody is putting in their status CSK versus, I don't know what was the match. Some 2 months full time pass. All the restaurants and all the people will be very busy. People are asking lot of coding questions in interview for ML engineer. Everywhere they will ask coding questions. Now the reason being there are a lot of profiles in market. Try to understand this. So when sometimes I talk to people, I get frustrated because they are writing so much of experience, so much of things, not able to answer very simple, what is a list in Python, how to add an element to a list. So as a recruiter you will get frustrated, or as an interviewer. Okay. So there is no way, you have to filter people, you have to ask difficult questions, and only you will get good candidate. Okay. Data, Subham is saying data engineering in Microsoft Azure. Can you please explain this? Data engineering is everything that you move data from here to there and all those stuff. Data, storing or changing the columns to different things, all those things, right? So Microsoft Azure is a larger platform that supports many things. For example, it will support machine learning also. It will support your data storage also, or data migration also. Basically what you will understand is whatever Azure, AWS guys are doing, these guys are also either they copy from there or AWS guys copy from here. So there is S3 bucket, Amazon, decentralization of data, many things, right? So all these things will be kind of coming in Microsoft Azure platform, and it is already there. So one thing is there, if you know how to, if you have done that thing in raw vanilla flavor, right? What I mean by raw vanilla flavor is if you have done that in SQL, if you have done that in Oracle or Hadoop environment, then it will be a cakewalk for you. So you can just, there are some courses available by Microsoft guys which you can watch, and you can, take some reference from there. It's not a, I can assure you, if you have worked on Unix systems, Hadoop systems, or normal plain SQL, right, then it will be not difficult for you. Lot of SQL questions somebody is saying in interview people are asking. See, many data science project SQL is a very important part. So they are not doing a, they are not doing a bad thing by asking SQL question. As a fresher, 100% Uma is asking 100% concept clearance is necessary, because there is some concept those are not very clear to me. uh, See, whatever you are writing in your resume, you should know those things. Just focus on that. If you don't know something, don't write in your resume. Best course for data science, there is no best course. See, data science course you can get ranging from 2-year course to 2 months or 2 weeks course. I don't know, people are selling crash course also. Okay. So what you have to look at it, look at is what is that you are looking for. Okay. Are you looking to learn Python from scratch? Yes, these guys are teaching Python from scratch. That course is good for you. Are you looking to learn advanced machine learning and deep learning? These guys are teaching that. Yes or no? That becomes a good course or bad course for you. Number one, try to see the syllabus. Okay. If it suits your requirement. Number two, and must do. Try to talk to someone who has done course from that particular university, offline course, college, 100% placement, job guarantee, job assistance, whatever it is, right? Get in LinkedIn, get in any place, touch with some of those guys and try to take feedback based on your budget, based on how much time you can give, based on what you're trying to learn. That becomes good course for you, right? Okay. Winning probability. Again, IPL question is coming. I have a previous data for various football matches. I want to predict winning strategy or formation on particular position, which can give me winning probability. So this is about positioning and winning probabilities, those things, right? So the data itself, I'm not seeing the data, but I can visualize it will be a complex kind of data, because these are not the use cases that comes usually in the industry. Okay. So what you are thinking, what you are trying to say here is which combination works best for one particular case to occur, right? That is a typical case of machine learning, right? More and more positions and more. Here it's a game of more data, I think. More data you give, then machine can learn in a better way what works and what does not work. Okay. So more real data, not cooked data. More real data is the key here. And I'm assuming this is a classification use case, right? So if it's a classification use case, then you can run, you have many options to run, right? Starting from regression to boosting to neural nets, many things you can run. I'm sorry if I'm missing some comments. I'm just taking comments from somebody who has recently joined. Which field has more salary, data engineer or software Java developer? Which Gyanendra is saying which field has more salary. My question to Gyanendra, what is your interest? If your interest is in Java, then go for Java. Don't come here for the salary, otherwise you will feel frustrated. And if your interest is in this side, then you can come this side. See, the end of the day, it should be satisfaction, right? So you should not, you should ask yourself what is the best suiting thing for me. Tushar is saying thanks for your videos. I'm working as junior data scientist now. Thanks, Aman. Cheers, Tushar. So this gives me a lot of happiness and lot of confidence that whatever I'm creating or I'm trying to put, that is making sense or that is helping someone. Let me tell you guys, it's very very difficult sometimes, create videos, because you will have many commitments, right? And uh, situations are little different in India and in UK and US if you are there, right? So many things are there. uh, Taking time out and creating videos is sometimes little extra effort. So these kind of comment give me lot of satisfaction. Thanks to sir, and do good and guide other people also. uh, Honey is saying, if someone does have high configured computer, then what would you suggest him to get at least, particularly to run a deep learning algorithm? Take a at least minimum 16 GB RAM should be there. Nowadays the computer cost is also come down, right? So wait for some discounts on Amazon and all. Take 16 GB, take some good graphics card. Okay. And take some good CPU frequency, and then you can do that. I have suggested some laptops in one of my videos. You can watch that. I don't recall the name on top of my head now. Okay, some laptops are good, and that will come under the range of 1 lakhs, because I don't want, that is for personal use, that is not for industry use, right? So don't go too high range also. Don't think that if I don't take a 1.5 lakhs laptop, then I can't do it. I'm from Sri Lanka and fresh graduate, but no one get fresh graduate as data scientist. How should I start my career? So same question. Don't be very specific that you want a data science role only. You can go for a data analyst role or SQL developer or a reporting person or a even data cleaning job is there. You can go try to remove the level of fresher, and then you can keep learning and you can look for the next job. Uma is saying she has not attended any internship and not getting calls from recruiters. What to do? Uh, so if you have not attended any internship and not getting calls from recruiter, then you have to reach out people in LinkedIn probably, and see who are working in this particular field. Ask for some opportunities, ask for some. What you have to do is you have to do couple of projects and you have to host it on some open platform, and then you have to create a beautiful GitHub, and all these things you have to present to someone. Okay, try to reach out to some startup guys, try to reach out to somebody who is working in some small companies. They can give you some internships and all those things, and once you get going, then you can look for more opportunities. So it will be less of a traditional job search approach and more of a targeted job search approach. It's not like you will put your profile in some job portal and you will just wait for the call. No, you have to keep bugging the people and keep getting the things that you want. But first thing, you have to do some good projects. Now good projects means don't do Titanic and Iris project and all those things. Try to get some good data from Kaggle, do some project, host it somewhere. Okay, so that people can go to that link and get a feel of what you have done, and then that thing you can present to someone, you can request someone for work. Mukesh is saying, I joined now only as I completed simply learn data science course but not complete deep learning. Shall I do it or start facing interviews? I will say start facing interviews. The reason being, um, as soon as you start facing interviews, right, you will understand more of where you are lagging, and then you can prepare. There is no cost of you attending interviews right nowadays. You no need to go also. There is no traveling also, right? So nothing wrong. Just start attending interviews, fail in interviews, and then you will know where is the where is the problem, where you need to improve. Okay, and this is not if I'm assuming you are coming from some other field, right? So don't think that it will be an easy thing. So you will fail in many interviews, but that's the part of the game, larger game. Okay, how to make SQL based resume? For what purpose I'm not sure, but if you are looking for some kind of database architect or that kind of role, then it has to be more SQL oriented course, sorry, projects and SQL oriented work. SQL is also very huge, right? So in SQL also you will have many things, cursors, triggers, many things. So it will involve some complex concepts, projects, how you manage data, those things. You can go ahead with that. Okay, then Gyanendra is saying, I have joined a company for internship and I had joined regarding Java developer, but they are offering me work in data engineering field. Should I go for it? If you are interested, obviously you should go for it, no question about it. And you are energetic, you can work on both the things. You can say I will do internship also, right? Or is that a problem? They will not allow you to do that. I don't know. But if there is learning and if you are interested in that field, you can do that. No problem. Right? Mukesh, I think I answered your question. How to start applying data science job? Can we do good hand in programming with oops concept in Python? Nowadays, they will ask you, they will grill you in Python nowadays. Previously, they were not doing it. Nowadays, they are doing it. Okay. Nowadays they are doing it in Python also, they are doing it in sometimes SQL also. The reason is very simple, right? Many profiles, if you go in LinkedIn and search for data science, right, I don't know how many profiles, some 10 lakhs profile will come. Do you think all these 10 lakhs people have worked in data science? No. How do recruiters filter the right profile? By asking Python question, by asking SQL, by asking projects, right? Is it compulsory to complete the deep learning or machine learning is enough for the data science job as a fresher? See, one thing you have to understand about data science is a fresher will not be treated too different from a 3 years experience guy. He or she will be treated different from a 10-year experience guy, but not from a 2 years, 3 year, 4 year guy. Okay. So if you are writing good machine learning projects where you have done some good work, you have done the industrialization, you have done the deployment, that is decent. That is not bad. You can crack a job. But What is happening is nowadays in all the job profiles they are writing they want TensorFlow, they want PyTorch, they want CNN architecture, they want this that. So recruiters will search with that keyword. Okay, and if that keyword is not there in your resume might not get shortlisted. So that is one problem I see here. So what approach you can take is you can have main project. If you are confident on main project, keep machine learning project that you are very confident, and one deep learning project for knowledge perspective, understanding the architecture, all those things you can do, that also you can keep, so that your resume does not go out of the picture. Okay, and people will reach out to you if you have those fancy keywords, right? But in the interview, if you go and say, if there is not very hardcore requirement of deep learning, right? If you go and say that I have worked in this machine learning project, this is how it is end to end, I think people are happy with that, until or unless they have a very specific requirement of a deep learning project. Should I learn NLP also to get a job in data science? See, NLP is growing day by day, and NLP is the area that is of too much uh, you know uh, I'll say interest, both from research point of view and from industry application point of view, both. Okay, so NLP is good to learn, and NLP will add value to your profile also. Okay, so NLP is a good thing to learn. It will obviously give you some more opportunities. Okay guys, so I think we have done 1 hour, and we'll close in like 2-3 minutes. Any last minute questions, comments, feedback, some topics you want me to cover in my upcoming videos, you can tell me here. After solve Kaggle project, how to use those projects? Shall we mention in resume, or how to use those projects to get job? See, whatever data you are using and whatever model you are building, what I mean to say is, your work should be visible to people. I mean, you should present in such a way that people should know you have done something good. Either you can host it somewhere, you can create a very good PowerPoint presentation, you can create a very good PDF file where what you did in the model is, somebody scrolls, they will know. These are the different ways of going about it. So Gyanendra is interested in data engineering. Gyanendra, you can go and do data engineering. Okay, market demand, Java demand is too much in comparison to others, that's why I'm confusing. If demand is there, people are also there in Java, don't forget that. Okay, demand is high for Java. I totally agree with that, but people also more in Java, right? Mukesh is saying please cover SQL. So maybe SQL, there are 3-4 videos I have done already. I'm not sure if you have watched that. More SQL topics, yes, I can cover. Umay saying, should I learn more total maths behind data science algorithm? Yes, whatever you are mentioning in your resume. For example, if you are mentioning logistic regression, you should know end to end about logistic regression. If you don't know, don't put in the resume. Say that I don't know this. Deep learning. Okay. Please cover multivariable classification. I think multiple classification and regression. This is already there, right? Okay. Multi-level. Okay. Spelling mistake. Multi-level classification and regression. Multi-level only classification, right? How regression can be multi-level? Anyway, multi-level classification can be done using various techniques. I can cover this. Okay. I will note this. Okay, guys, thanks all for joining. And it was very nice talking to you for all your time. And there is a very nice video releasing right now. Just after 2-3 minutes, it will be live. Go ahead and watch that video. That video is on very, very good topic. Okay, known as how do you do feature selection, and what is that we try to achieve when we do feature selection. Watch that video and press the like if you want. Okay, and I'll see you all in the next live. We will plan it soon. And please join to the Instagram Unfold Data Science if you have not done yet, because I'm putting some contents in Instagram way there, right? So you scroll like this and you learn something new. That's a different thing. Thanks, Varsa. Thanks for joining. No problem. So you can maybe take the video back and watch the video. So I'll see you all, guys. Thanks a lot for joining. Okay. Thank you, guys. Have a nice rest of the weekend.